Hey, what's up guys? Aaron Bennett here. So before I get into the Celsius updates, and there are a lot, including an updated plan and all sorts of things coming through the docket, I just want to give you an update. Today was a long day. I got into the hotel, which you can see behind me. I am in Flagstaff, Arizona. I drove from Albuquerque all the way here. And a few days prior before that, I drove from West Texas to Albuquerque. It's been a lot of driving. So I just wanted to give you that update. Some of you guys are like, what are you doing in hotels? Like, are you running from the law? Are you a vigilante? Are there people looking for you? The answer is, I'm not going to tell you. So maybe. Anyway, let's get to the video. So we just got a new document for Celsius, the revised joint Chapter 11 plan. I'm going to cover this and also what David Adler has a problem with regarding this for people that have loans. I'm also going to touch on a few things happening on June 28th, a couple of the other things that came through the docket. We have the backup plan sponsor, a quick motion about Celsius wanting to sell some Bitcoin shares just to get some money back. Then we have an update on the class certification to assert non-contract claims. So this is so the UCC can file the non-contract claims for us. Just an update on that. Then we have a motion wanting to convert all altcoins to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then today we also had a motion about extending the debtor's exclusivity period, and that will lead me right into this joint Chapter 11 plan. So what I want to cover first is just June 28th. They're going to talk more about the backup plan sponsor, the BRIC, the BRIC plan. Essentially, this is going to be information about the orderly wind down, essentially just liquidating everything and how much money that is going to cost. So a lot of information here, not going to go through all of it, but just getting more clarity on that on June 28th. Also on June 28th, they're going to talk about selling some Bitcoin shares for some money. Basically, Celsius purchased some Bitcoin shares and they just want to liquidate it. The current market value is $15 million, which really isn't that much in the scheme of things, but that should come back into the estate. And to show you how little $15 million is, just for the M3 advisory partners, so that's one of 10 or 12 legal firms or advisors helping Celsius, for the month of April, they billed $1 million. So $15 million, yeah, that's cool, but it's really not that big of a deal. Then we have an update on the class certification. So this is going to be the litigation schedule for this class certification. So there's nothing you need to do regarding this information. There's nothing you need to do at all regarding any information in this video, actually. So I just want to let you guys know about that. Basically, by September 25th, there will be some finalization about the class certification motion, and then hopefully the UCC will just be able to file it for us, and then we won't have to. Next, we have another motion coming before the judge on June 28th, converting all altcoins to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reason that they want to do this is they have been in discussions with the SEC, and they want to make sure that the debtors, meaning Celsius, are able to make distributions. So they want to sell or convert any non-Bitcoin and non-ETH crypto to Bitcoin or Ethereum because they want to comply with US securities laws. So my guess is this will be approved by the judge. I believe that Voyager is having some issues right now giving people back their crypto because of what the SEC said are securities. So now everything is being kind of thrown into a blender and people don't really know how to comply with securities laws right now. It's very confusing. But converting everything to Bitcoin and ETH will make things easier. And next we have the debtors wanting to extend their exclusivity period. So they have done this, 4 or 5 times. This will also come before the judge on June 28th. And a couple notes that I made about this. So they talk about how they started with the Nova Wolf stalking horse bid. Then obviously Fahrenheit came in the picture, the BRIC backup plan, the wind down plan. They also said that the disclosure statement will be filed prior to the hearing. So hopefully before June 28th, that will give everybody, especially people that just have an earn claim, exactly how much money they expect to get back and how much equity they expect to get in this new company. And also hopefully we get excited about holding equity because that's really, really important. Just as a side note, we need to be very excited about holding this equity because if nobody wants the equity, then everybody is just going to be fighting to get a higher liquid distribution back. But there's only a limited amount of money that Celsius has. Everybody can't get back 100% or we wouldn't be in this boat. So they want another 91 days through September 29th. Honestly, I don't really care at this point. I just want a plan to get approved. So they give reasons about why they need more time, the size and complexity of this case. case. They talk about what they've done. They did their competitive auction. So they're basically trying to tell the judge, we need more time to get this done. And they want this exclusivity period to extend because they want to complete the confirmation process unimpeded by distractions in the form of competing plans. And they don't want to deal with what they call superfluous plans. So this leads me right here to this very long document, which I'll try to summarize quickly. So they came out with a revised joint Chapter 11 plan. Now, one thing I just want to note really quick is what David Adler said. He tweeted this about 2 hours ago. And what he said, and I just want to read it, is that under the plan, the debtors have elected to treat the borrowers through the set-off treatment. He says, although the debtors are demanding repayment of the loans, meaning they are demanding performance by the borrowers, essentially pay back your loans is what they're saying. What David Adler is saying is that Celsius has no intention whatsoever of performing their contractual obligations, meaning returning the collateral to the borrowers. This proposed treatment violates every consumer lending law out there, state and federal, and the ad hoc borrower group will be opposing this plan. So what David is saying is that Celsius wants people to pay their loan back, but they're not saying once you pay your loan, you're going to get your collateral back. So David has been hired to represent people who have a loan. So it is literally his job to fight for their best interest, which is great. I don't have a loan, but I think that everybody should be fighting for their best interests. But also, it's very, very important that people need to be excited about getting equity, because maybe equity will be given to people that have a loan, or once they pay off their loan, they'll get equity in a new company. We don't really know how it's going to work, but David says he is going to be opposing this plan. He says, I don't believe further extensions of exclusivity are warranted, given that there has been no communication from the debtors to the borrower group in the last 6 or 7 weeks. Wow. He says, we have been living in total radio silence. That's not good. To demonstrate cause to justify an extension of exclusivity, debtors need to show that they are moving the case forward and communicating with constituencies. Conveniently ignoring a significant class of creditors and treating them like mushrooms for the past 7 weeks is the opposite of cause. Oh man, sorry. Treating them like mushrooms. It is very late. It is 1:30, so I think that's kind of funny. So anyway, David is going to object, and we will see what happens. But again, we need to get out of Chapter 11 quickly, because there are firms that are racking up $1, $2, $3 million a month, and that's not good either. They talk about custody claims. Most people have taken that settlement and have already actually withdrawn most of their crypto, or I should say 72.5% of their crypto. So we will know exactly what happens when the disclosure statement comes out. They talk about withhold claims, no updates there, a little bit more about loans. So this is really like the document before the disclosure statement comes out. It's really, really confusing, and there's a lot of paperwork. So they talk about this substantive consolidation. Basically, in order for this plan to go through with Fahrenheit, the Celsius Network Limited and the LLC have to be consolidated. I've made a lot of videos on this. I'm not going to go into it here again, but we already kind of knew that that was required for this plan to go through. So people who have Cel Token, they're going to get 20 cents. They talk about clawbacks. Nothing has changed here. So if you have $100,000 to $250,000 that you withdrew 90 days before the petition date, you can give them 27.5%, and then that is it, kind of like your goodbye fee. If you are in this retail clawback community, definitely join the Telegram group. That's where you're going to get most of the information. So there is just a ton of information here. They talk about the brick wind down policy, the toggle just to liquidate everybody, but there's a lot of money to do so. So guys, that's basically it. I just wanted to make this video. I may go into more detail about this later if there's something really, really important, but really there's nothing to do right now. We are still in the waiting mode. So I don't think we're going to get any money back this year. I think it's going to be early next year, if I had to guess. That's just what I think. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully end of this year we get some money back. I would say if you are in earn or you have a loan, if you have custody, you already got some money back. But everybody else is waiting. So that is it. I will definitely keep you updated even though I am traveling. If you followed me last year, you know I was doing a lot of traveling over the summer. So this summer probably is going to be the same. We will see. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.